Hi everyone, Emily here from Emily's Excellent Epics. And today I have for you a book haul. Now, I did say that I was planning on hauling less this month because I was going to go on a book buying ban. So first of all, it's for Lent. So my book of the month books I bought before Lent started. I have two books that I pre-ordered with an Amazon gift card that I got for Christmas. And I used Pango Bucks to buy two books. And so I'm not really counting that as book buying, like breaking my book buying ban, because to me it's kind of free money because I don't cash out that money, which I probably should start doing that. And then I did break my book buying ban. There was one day where I went to Barnes and Noble. Premium members had triple points day, and so I went and I bought two books. One was also 50% off, so it's like, cool. We'll do that. It's 50% off book. Yes, I'm drinking out of a Christmas mug because I use my mugs year round. Because why not? So let's get started. So first of all, with my Pango purchases, I did get Gone for Gouda, which is book 2 in the Cheese Shop Mystery. And I read book 1 this month. And I forgot to put this, I filmed my April pile of possibilities, and this is also in my TBR for April. I've got a lot of planned for April. It's not, I don't know how I'm going to fit them all in, but at any rate, so this follows Willa, who she opens a cheese shop in Yarrow Glen, which is like a small town in Sonoma Valley that caters in like premium, like delicatessen cheeses. How amazing is that? I love cheese so much that like I don't really like I keep cheese in my house, but it's like I have a slice for my sandwich. I have a slice for my breakfast sandwich, and that's it. Because it would be eaten in a day if I kept other kind of cheese in my house. At any rate, so that is kind of the center around this. And then she just develops, with all cozies, she develops friendships. It seems like there's a love interest, but not a love triangle interest. Yay. So that's exciting. I also, this just arrived today, I got Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. And Sarah over at the Bookish Knitter, she's been doing a read-along of Rebecca in March for March Mystery Madness. It's her favorite book. And I picked it up thinking like maybe I could read this in March. I don't think it's going to happen because I've already committed. I have two more books I need to read this month, like I have to get to. And I have a week of spring break, and I also do want to get some cleaning done. So this might be then for October with the Gothic-y vibes. All right, then the two books that I picked up at Barnes and Noble. I picked up The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This is book 2 and the Nightborn duet, which I think the first one is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I need to figure out the Crowns of Naxia series, but I figured like, okay, let's just do it and I'm hoping I'm like the first book because I have book 2 now. So all I know really is that it's romantasy, vampires. That's really all I know. And then I picked up Six Scorched Roses, which is a novella in that cycle. And apparently, like, there's a bunch more in the Crowns of Naxia that are interconnected somehow. I gotta figure out the megaverse. So those. Now my pre-orders. I got The Ragpicker King by Cassandra Clare. And this is book 2 in, oh gosh, I used Tales of Castellane series. This is her adult romantasy or adult fantasy series. There is like, it's described as romantasy, but there was like a hint of romance in book 1. it was not a full-blooded romance. So I'm not sure if it's going to be full-on romantasy. But in this, it very much is like Spanish, and like there are also Jewish vibes in it. Like it ties from like there is like a character who her background is similar to like Jewish heritage, like just the culture that surrounds it. And um, basically the premise is Cal, he is a body double. So his role as sword catcher is he's a body double for the prince. And so whenever there is like a situation where it's potential that an assassin might want to strike the prince, Cal takes his place. So that way the prince will be safe from any kind of assassination attempt. And he is to die for the prince instead. And then Lynn Castor, she is kind of like a healer. She is the one who very clearly like parallels to like our world, comes from what would be like a Jewish heritage. And I really liked that tie-in into the world and the series. Looking forward to seeing where this world picks up. I was so pleasantly surprised by how much I liked Swordcatcher. Like I took a chance on it and was like, oh, I really like this. So I don't plan on rereading Swordcatcher, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to find a summary of that online, so that way I can just dive back into this world. The next book I bought was also a pre-order, and that's Oathbound, which is book 3 in the Legendborn cycle. I think this is by Tracy Deonn. I think this is supposed to be a 5-book series. She's a chunky one. I am going to have to go back and reread the first 2 books, in part because I really loved Legendborn. I enjoyed book 2, not as much as Legendborn, but I really liked development with a character. And I'm really hoping that there's a romantic interest there for her. But this follows Bree Matthews, and she actually she gets like a scholarship to an advanced degree program, or like an advanced studies program, like it's a high school program at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And while there, she comes across this like secret society that's centered around Arthurian legend. And in addition to not only learning about ties to that organization, she learns about more about her heritage and like root magic. And so it's the combination of magic from the Arthurian legend side, and then also her heritage and her root magic. And I've really been enjoying these books. So I do think I need to go back and reread. I'm not quite sure if like an online summary is going to help me catch up. And I wanted to reread book 2 anyway. So when I get to this, I don't know. But I do need to get to it soon. There's so many books I need to read. Oh, so many books, so little time. And then my book of the month books. And okay, so I had to buy like a monthly selection because I needed to get the Lolly Winner. So the reason why I need to get the Lolly Winner, 1, it was free. And then 2, my virtual book club that I'm a part of, that is our pick that we're going to read in May. So I needed to get it. So because of that, like you can't like skip and then be like, okay, I'll get my Lolly Winner next month. No, once they announce the Lolly Winners, you have to get like your free book. So you can get like the 5 books that were like the book of the year nominees. You can get one of those for free. So their main selection pick that I decided to pick up was Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. And this is about a man and his 3 children. So Dominic Salt, they are caretakers of this island which is not too far from Antarctica. And there's a woman who washes up to their shore, and they nurse her back to health. And not everything is as it seems. I think either from her from her. And then on the island. So who knows? It sounded intriguing. Of all of the selections they had this month, this one sounded the most intriguing. And then I picked up Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. And I will say this. The hardback version that's out in stores, stunning. Like the dust jacket is like, you can take it and fold it and make it into an origami boat. And then it has like a naked printed like hardback that's just absolutely beautiful. Did I want that book? Yes. But this is half the price. And so I have to go with a more reasonably priced option. So this is a standalone, a cozy fantasy that's set in Tokyo and a pawn shop. And this woman who takes on her ownership of it for that first time. It's ransacked, and her father goes missing. And yeah, I've heard really good things about this, so that's why I picked it up. And then I got their Lolly winner, which is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. It does have pretty sprayed edges. And like I said, this is my virtual book club, our May read. So it made sense for me to get it. It's free. Excuse me. And from what I understand, this is set at a summer camp in the 70s. And one of the campers goes missing. But she's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp. And one of their other children had like disappeared. So what is going on that their kids are disappearing? So I've heard good things about it. We shall see. I'm not a big thriller fan, but I want to partake of this book in my virtual book club. I want to be able to participate in that discussion. I want to read out of my comfort zone. And then lastly, I got another add-on. Whoops, sorry. Sorry to be out of the frame. It was on the floor. I read a book by her last year. Really loved it. So I wanted to try another one by her. And that's Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. And this one is about a woman who, Lenny, and she's grieving the loss of her friend. Her friend passed away from cancer. And she falls in love. That's really all I know. But because I like Ready or Not was her book that I read last year. Surprisingly, really enjoyed it. And I sold it on my Pango shop, and I'm kind of regretting that, but it's okay. This one, I love grieving characters. Like, ever since having gone through the grieving process myself more than once in recent years, I love grieving characters because it helps me to process my own grief. And I get it. I understand how they feel. So when grieving is done well, I love it. And I'm hoping that this will be done well. So that is it for my book haul. April, I'm really nervous for Book of the Month because here's the thing. So Abby Jimenez is coming out with a new book on April 1st. Really want that book. Inkblood Sister Scribe, I'm toying with, do I want to continue on with that series? I think that book comes out in April, the sequel. Or not Inkblood Sister Scribe, A Fate Inked in Blood. Fate Inked in Blood. Emily Henry has another book coming out, but she's been hit or miss for me. I'm really hoping, so I think for her, I'm going to try to have to just sit and wait patiently through the library and wait patiently. And we'll get around to that when I finally can. But that's it, folks. Tell me, have you read any of these books? What should I prioritize? What are you looking forward to that's coming out in April? And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below. If you're not quite sure what to comment, leave a flower emoji since it's springtime. And as always, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. It really does help the channel grow. Thank you so much. Bye.